myself, and then Emma, you're going first, and then you can take it away. So Claire, over to you. Tell us who you are.
So I'm Claire. I am from Heritage and Veranda Resorts Mauritius, and I'll be speaking to you very shortly.
Super amazing. And your prize today, you've got a voucher, haven't you? A £50 voucher to give
£50
away.
voucher. Yeah, it'll be an e-voucher, so anybody can win it. It's up for grabs.
Super amazing. Thank you very much. And Emma, hello.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining today. So I'm Emma and I'm representing today OBLU Nature Helengeli by Sentido in the Maldives, which I'm going to present to you all on. So just let me share my screen.
Jane's saying hi, Emma. You may know Jane.
Oh, hi Jane. I saw her pop up actually. I thought, oh, I know somebody on here.
Hi, so sorry about that.
Don't worry, Jill. You're going last anyway. So Emma's just starting. So I've explained she was having problems. So don't worry.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a wee while.
Okay. Thank you.
So today I'm going to be presenting on OBLU Nature Helengeli in the Maldives. So as you can see, this is OBLU Nature Helengeli. So for those that know the Maldives, it's comprised of loads of little tiny islands in different atolls in the Maldives, really spread out. So OBLU Nature Helengeli is accessed by a speedboat transfer. So your customers will arrive into the Maldives, into Mali Airport, and then they'll get the speedboat transfer over to OBLU Nature Helengeli. So it's a 50-minute speedboat transfer. And we always include speedboat transfers in the price of our holiday. So it'll always be free of charge when you go into our islands. So you can see from this image here just how green and tropical Helengeli is. And the clues in the name, really. Nature, it is all about the nature, OBLU Nature Helengeli. And it is famous for having one of the best house reefs in the Maldives. So very important when you're selling this one. It is amazing for snorkeling and diving. We're actually close to over 30 top dive sites as well. So that's really good to know if you're sending anyone here. So we had a complete refurbishment back in 2023, opened early 2024, and absolutely everything has been refurbished. The water villas that you can see here, these are completely brand new. These were pre-built and then sustainably dropped in so as not to disturb the house reef. If you can just see this jetty going out along here, this is where the lifeguard's situated during the day, and a really good point for your guests to go and do their snorkeling. So either left or right, and then they can just go snorkeling around the whole island from there. So as I said, newly renovated, new things that we included when we reopened. We opened a brand new a la carte restaurant. So we have 2 a la cartes now at Helengeli. We opened lots and lots of family rooms. So we have a whole range of family rooms available now, which are fully interconnecting. And we also opened a brand new children's club here as well. So really good for your customers that want to go snorkeling and diving. If they are taking the family, then younger kids can go to the kids club, which is completely free of charge. So we have 150 free villas in total at Helengeli, and they're spread over 8 room categories. And we're in North Mali Atoll, so you can see that's that green atoll just there, which is the speedboat transfer that I mentioned. Now, the reason the snorkeling is so good at Helengeli is because there's a natural channel on both sides. And as the reef goes the whole way around, there's lots and lots of different marine life going into the island. So we also have a PADI certified dive school here, so people can go and learn there and get their dive school certificate while they're there. We have a fully equipped overwater gym that guests can use free of charge. We have a gorgeous spa and wellness centre. It's right in the heart of the island. It's really green, really tropical, and a really nice place to go and have your treatments. And as I said, we've got the brand new kids club, which is also a nature centre. So when the kids go there, they can also learn about all the different marine life as well. So a nice little learning exercise for the children as well. So the map just shows you where all the villas are on Helengeli. So water villas that I mentioned here. We have the family beach villas and then your regular beach villas with pool. And then on the end of the island, where it's very green and very lush, we have a number of lagoon villas. So these are situated part on land, part in the sea. So when the tide goes in and out, you kind of have the best of both worlds. You might be in a beach villa or in a water villa, depending on where the tide is. So the leading room categories at Helengeli are our deluxe beach villas. These have been fully renovated. As you can see here, everybody has their own sun lounges right in front of their beach villa and their own private space right in front. And then we have the deluxe beach villas with pools. So this is obviously the one with pool. So really spacious swimming pool. These are all brand new as well. So the pools are all completely fresh. These sleep a maximum of 3 adults or 2 adults plus 1 child. And then inside, they've been decorated in kind of a nature theme. So you can see the driftwood where the table is, the local Maldivian bird is decorated on the wall. So it's in a really nice bohemian vibe, in nature, in like a nature vibe in keeping with the island. And then we also have our 2-bedroom family villas with pools. So 19 of these in total. And these they can sleep up to 4 adults in the room, or 3 adults plus 2 children, or 2 adults plus 3 children. So they're excellent if you have got larger families of up to 5. So there's completely separate bedrooms. So this is the master bedroom, and you can see the first bathroom off to the left-hand side here. And then at the back of the room, you can see the living room area. This also converts to an extra bed. And if you walk through the back doors here, then you get to a lovely dressing area where all your open air wardrobes are, and you can store your suitcases and everything there. And then the second bedroom is at the back. So these are twin beds. These are full-size twin beds. They do sleep adults as well. And if you go through to the back, there's a second bathroom just there. And they're all open air bathrooms on the beach villas. These are the lagoon villas. So these are the ones that I mentioned are half on land, half in the sea. So these were always at Helengeli before we introduced our new water villas, and they're really popular with repeat guests. And as I said, particularly if you have a client who's not sure if they want a beach villa or a water villa, then the lagoon villas are probably the room type for them. These have all been decorated and redone inside as well. You can see all bright and fresh. And then moving on to our amazing new water villas, which are really a key selling point of Helengeli. They've been really, really popular since they first opened. So we have the sunrise water villas and the sunset water villas. So when you're booking these, you'll be able to select either sunrise or sunset, depending on which room type you want. You can see they're all new, they're all fresh. These swimming pools are absolutely huge. You can actually fit 8 people in those. It's been tried and tested on one of our family trips. So there's lots and lots of space there. These sleep 2 adults plus 1 child, or up to 3 adults. Again, they're really modern inside, really airy, also in keeping with the elements of nature. So you can see the sinks in the bathroom. We've got the lovely shell-shaped sinks. So we're really trying to keep the elements of nature within all the room types at Helengeli. And then this is what they look like in the evening, all lit up. So in terms of what's on offer at Helengeli, so we have our main bar and pool area, which is the Veranda pool and bar area. This has all been decorated in a bohemian chic vibe. We have loads of hammocks over the sea where people can chill out with their cocktails. At the bar area, we have a pool table, table tennis, foosball, board games. There's lots to keep the whole family entertained there as well. We have 2 swimming pools. So we have the Veranda pool, but then we also have our own adult only pool as well on the sunrise side of the island. So if adults do want to get away from the children, they have that extra space they can go to. In the evening, there's lots of different entertainment that's on rotation. We have a DJ, we have an in-house band, we do movie nights and things like that. All your drinks are included at Helengeli. It is an all-inclusive plan, and it's house-branded drinks, so spirits, house wines, beers, etc., and things like that. We also serve afternoon snacks around the pool daily. So the kids club I mentioned is included, the gym's all included, and the only additional charges are for the spa at Helengeli and the gift shop. This is the main pool area. So you can see here, you can go out straight out and do your snorkeling from here as well, if you wanted to. These are the lovely hammocks over the sea that I mentioned at the bar area. Really nice to chill out on during the day with a cocktail. And the main bar, which is inside. And then our adult only pool as well. Really beautiful space. Lovely if you do want to get up and watch the sunsets, sunrises, sorry, from this side. And our beautiful Alana Spa and Wellness Centre, which is set in our lovely gardens. So the kids club, there's lots going on at the kids club. As I said, it's a nature centre, so the children can go there and learn about all the different marine life as well. But we also have our own swimming pool, which is really well shaded for the children. We have our own sandpit, and there's lots of activities organised daily to keep the kids entertained. So in terms of dining, your customers have a choice of 3 restaurants. So there's the Spice, which is our all-day dining restaurant, which is breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that's a buffet style setting with all your show cooking and different themes like that every night. And then we have Just Grill, which is our beach fine dining restaurant, and Braga Root, our progressive Indian restaurant. So they're the 2 a la carte restaurants, and the food is exceptional at both of these restaurants. And we actually have people coming from other islands to dine at Braga Root because the food there is so good. So it's a really, really good offering. And even though Helengeli is a 4-star hotel, the food in these a la carte restaurants is definitely 5-star food. So in terms of what's included, if your customers are staying for 4 nights, 1 meal's included. But if they're staying up to 8 nights, then they get 2 meals included. And then the longer they stay, they get more meals included within the plan. As I said, it's all your house branded drinks, lots of different cocktails and things like that on offer. The mini bars also included in the rooms, and that's stocked with beer, soft drinks and water, and that's replenished daily. So our all-day dining restaurant, The Spice, has had a complete refurb. It's all looking lovely and fresh. There's a lovely outdoor area here as well. And in the mornings, if you get up early and have your breakfast, sometimes you can spot dolphins while you're out sitting there looking out to sea, because it is the nature island. There is a lot going on, and it's a really nice experience while you're there if that does happen. So Braga Root's the Indian restaurant that you can see here. So this is our a la carte restaurant. This is completely brand new, this one. And then we also have a lovely outdoor area here where your customers can go for pre-dinner cocktails. And then Just Grill, which is our beach fine dining restaurant. So it's all in the sand, as you can see here, and they do set tables up on the beach as well. And this has all been done in a really sea theme as well. So you can see like all the jellyfish and corals and things like that on the walls. So when your customers stay with us at Helengeli, we like to include as much as we can within the plan. So we'll also offer them a traditional line fishing excursion while they're there, and then a sunset donny cruise as well, which is a really nice experience. Again, you can sometimes see the dolphins when you go on that cruise as well. So we'll always include snorkeling equipment. They won't have to take that with them on holiday, and then all use of non-motorised water sports are included as well. And then this is just some of the marine life on offer at Helengeli. So you will see turtles in abundance when you're there. So that's Helengeli in a nutshell. So hope you enjoyed the presentation and now understand why your customers would go back to Helengeli. But as I said, it's a really beautiful island, real bohemian vibe, and it's a natural barefooted experience when you get there. You just want to kick your shoes off and you can go barefoot the whole time you're there. It's just an amazing Maldives experience.
Sorry, that was quick. That finished. I was trying to turn my camera and everything back on. Emma, that looks incredible. I wish I sold the Maldives. It looks really good. So yeah, big thank you to Emma. There's quite a few questions that have come in for you, Emma. I'm gonna ask a couple of them now, just while we're waiting. Alicia's got a family of 6 that would love this. Do you have a villa that would accommodate?
Oh, we don't have one that would sleep up to 6. It depends how old the children are as well. Sometimes we can accommodate extra children in the room if the clients are aware that they'll be a little bit pushed for space, because we don't usually recommend it. But normally for 6, you'd probably be better off getting 2 beach villas.
Okay, super. Thank you very much. What other question? Is there a minimum child age for the water villas? This is a good question.
No, so we allow children of any age, but the parents do have to sign a disclaimer while they're in resort to say they will look after the children while they're staying there.
Okay, super amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, so if there's a few more questions, Emma, if you can answer them behind the scenes. We're now going to hop, skip and jump over to Mauritius. I'm waving to everybody. These are my baby hotels that I love and adore. So Claire, it's all yours.
Thank you. So nice to meet you all. Thank you all for joining. So I look after Heritage and Veranda Resorts Mauritius. So I actually have 8 hotels on the island. Today, though, I'm only going to speak about Heritage Resorts because they're our 5-star product. So we start off with Heritage Resorts based down on the south of the island of Mauritius. We are around 45 minutes to an hour from the airport. And within Heritage Resorts, we have what we like to call the Domain of Bellon. So basically, the whole area that you can kind of see on your screen is 2,500 hectares, and that is us. So we have all of this sort of land and space and greenery to play around with. So if we look at the map from the face on, and we start down the bottom, you'll see there that there's Sea Beach Club on the left-hand side, on that beautiful little stretch of beach. Next to that is Heritage Le Telfair. That's all the blue roof buildings that you can see there. And then next door to the right of that is Heritage Awali. As we kind of fall backwards slightly, we have our World of Seashell Museum. We then have Le Chateau Bellon, which is our fine dining restaurant. We have 2 golf courses. So we have Le Chateau there on the left of Chateau Bellon, and to the right and further up is our La Reserve course. And then we have Heritage the Villas, which basically go around our Le Chateau golf course. And behind all of that, we have Bellon Nature Reserve. So as I say, we've got a lot of space to play with, a lot of areas. So where to stay, or the differences between the sort of places that you can visit. So Heritage Le Telfair is our flagship property. It's a member of Small Luxury Hotels of the World. It's all suites. It's 158 in total. So we're not massive by any stretch of the imagination. We have the suites are located in what we call villas. So each villa has around 6 to 8 suites in it, depending on the size and what type of suite it is. And they're dotted around the resort. So you have that space to walk around. It's not like one big hotel. It's very colonial in style, as you can see there from the picture. That's kind of our reception area. On the left is our main restaurant, Annabella, and on the right is our Cavendish bar. It's a beautiful resort. Obviously, you've got all the trees and the fauna and things around there. And then when you get into the rooms, we have these beautifully laid out suites. So every suite comes with, as I mentioned, a resident host, all done via WhatsApp. So non-intrusive, you're not caught out in your pajamas first thing in the morning or anything, but they will text and just sort of, how are you doing? How are things going? And if the guest needs any assistance with anything, then they're there to help them. When you start getting to slightly higher categories, so we obviously have the lead-in deluxe suite and so on and sea view, but once you hit the junior suite beachfront, we start throwing in some extra amenities for the guests. So they can have their laundry and ironing done if they're staying in a junior suite beachfront. If they're in a senior suite, they get private airport transfers included. And then the ocean beachfront, obviously you get all of that, plus a guaranteed early check-in and late check-out. Now, all of our rooms sleep 2 adults and 2 children under the age of 12, apart from the junior suites. And that's because they're kind of designed for couples. They're very romantic. You walk in and you have the 4-poster bed in the middle of the room. You have this beautiful little turret area, which has all the chairs and this sort of seating. And then when you go in the bathroom, that's the one with the roll top bath. And if you're on the ground floor, you also have an outdoor shower. We do interconnecting rooms, and we ask you to kind of use your common sense a little bit where this comes into play. Obviously, we are limited on how many we have, so but we do understand that people with young children will want that guaranteed at the time of booking. So what we ask is if you have got a booking like that you need it guaranteed, then please drop me an email and I will do my best to get that guaranteed for you. However, this is where hopefully your common sense comes in. If it's adults with teenagers or 2 couples that just want to be together for some reason, then we can do adjacent, so they'll be next door to each other, but it won't necessarily have that interconnecting, so we can look at it from that point of view as well. Across the domain that you saw, we actually have 13 restaurants. So when you come and stay at Heritage Le Telfair, you can stay on bed and breakfast, half board, or Gourmet Bliss. And Gourmet Bliss is our all-inclusive product. Out of those 13 restaurants, 12 are included on the Gourmet Bliss program. You have 10 bars, you have unlimited champagne, and there's lots of other different benefits included in that. But we do find that the majority of our guests now are taking Gourmet Bliss because it gives that all-inclusive price. And also the thing to mention is when we do our offers and we do like different tactical offers and things, the offers are always based on the room and the meal plan booked. So when we're doing 20% off, for example, you add the room and the meal plan together and then you take the discount off. We have introduced an adult only area. So this came into effect in November last year. We took some existing inventory, so we didn't build or do anything major, which is around one of our pools. And what we did was we basically made that adult only. So all the ground floor rooms have some beds around that pool allocated to them, but obviously you can go out and use that area in the beach. There's some extra little touches to the adult only area. You know, you've got a little kiosk, a tiki bar, F&B service. You've got a little dedicated butler. You press a button on the sunbed and they come over and they take your order and things. So you haven't got to get up if you don't want to. What we will say as well, this was our only heated pool at the time, but what we've done is in the picture behind me, you can see that's our main pool. So we are now going to be heating that as well between May and September, which obviously is the winter months in Mauritius. So the families will still have access to a heated pool. And then the kids club has got a pool which is also heated. So the only one I think that isn't nowadays is Sea Beach Club. Heritage Awali next door, which I think is Sarah's favourite, or it used to be a long time ago anyway. This is well, we like to think it's the best 5-star all-inclusive on the island. It's got a slight hint of a kind of African theme to it. So you'll see nods and accents throughout the rooms, you know, in the decor and stuff like that. Don't worry, no lions or tigers wandering around to eat you. But it does give you that nice feel, you know, of kind of the African theme. We are stretched over 3 floors, so ground first and second here. All the rooms again, 2 adults and 2 children under the age of 12, and again, same thing with the interconnecting. As I say, we only sell it really on all inclusive. So obviously all your guests coming in have that. And we do throw in a free spa treatment for every guest, adults and children. They also get other experiences. But the great thing is that not only do you have the restaurants at Awali that you can dine at, but you also then get a credit to dine at the other restaurants at Telfair. So you still have that full dine around experience. So if you want to go over to Telfair and eat in one of their restaurants, you'll have that credit. You can go over and it gets you a lovely meal. Obviously, if you're ordering lobster or wagyu beef, then there might be a slight supplement to that as well. We do also sell a premium all inclusive, which is really great, especially if you've got any golfers that are coming out. Heritage the Villas, 2, 3 and 4 bedroom villas located around our Le Chateau golf course. They are all individually owned, so they're all slightly different in decor and layout. So we can't say this is what it looks like, this is it. However, they will all have an infinity pool. They will all have their own kitchen. They are... For every bedroom that you book, there is a bathroom. So if you book a 4-bedroom villa, you will have 4 bathrooms. We throw in a buggy. So what you can do is you can drive back and forth to the resort, or if you want to take advantage of a few glasses of champagne, then we also have a shuttle that will run you round. So you don't have to end up in a sand, you know, in a bunker on the golf course in your buggy or anything. What's great about the villas is that not only do you have that villa experience, so you obviously have all of that there. You can do villa only, bed and breakfast, half board. You can also do a Gourmet Bliss passport, which basically gives you the same benefits as if you were staying at Telfair with the dine around. But you can use all the facilities down at Awali and Telfair. So if you want to go and use the kids club or the restaurants, the pools down there, you can also do that, sit on the beach, that sort of thing. So you have the best of both worlds. Now, obviously, we've had so much space, we also have a lot of things that you can do. We don't want you to get bored while you're on holiday. So alongside, as I've already mentioned, we do have our 13 restaurants. So you can go from your fine dining right the way to kind of, you know, your pizza and chips, your club sandwich, your chicken nuggets. We have every restaurant all in between as well. To mention a few, so we do have our Le Chateau fine dining restaurant. So this is located, as I mentioned, just slightly up behind the resort. And what we do is every month or so, we have Michelin star chefs come out. They come out, they'll do an evening at the chateau. You can pay a supplement to go and enjoy it, sort of thing. And then they also teach our chefs different dishes. So you'll find them on the menu afterwards as well. So we still have that high quality of food while you're there. What's great about the chateau is that downstairs we have the restaurant. Upstairs we actually have a whole suite, basically. So if you're planning a romantic evening, you can go up, you can have dinner at the chateau, go in the wine cellar, the sommelier can do your pairings and you can try different wines. And then you can go upstairs, stay in that suite, and then come out and have breakfast on the balcony. It's a really nice experience if you're celebrating something special. My favourite restaurant is Ginger. Absolutely love Ginger. It's our Pan-Asian restaurant. It does all the sushi platters. You can see there we've got the refrigerated area where you can see the chef putting the sushi together, has the teppanyaki table, but the sunsets are absolutely stunning, as you can tell from that picture at the bottom there. It is beautiful. So beautiful food, lovely wine, and you know that setting that is just absolutely stunning. Sea Beach Club, which I mentioned is on the map, that is our, I mean, I sound really old, but funky vibes, as they say. It's kind of a real laid back day beds. It's got a pool. It's where our water sports go from. So paddle boarding, you know, snorkeling, that sort of thing. We also have electric pedalos, which I personally think is completely cheating. When I was a kid, you really had to work at a pedalo. So we do all the work for you now. We also arrange glass bottom boat trips from here. We've got the pizza oven. We do brunch on a Sunday. It's a really laid back kind of atmosphere. What's great is because it's just slightly to the side of the resort, this is also where we have our live program with a lot of the international DJs over festive period. So anyone coming out over festive, they can go here and there will be a really good evening. You know, the light DJs playing live music on the beach and stuff. One thing to point out with festive, if you've got anyone coming over for Christmas or New Year, all the gala dinners and things are just included in the normal rates. So there's no supplements to add on. There's no hidden costs or anything. It's all in there for you. And then golf. So if you stay at any of the heritage properties, we include unlimited daily green fees on our Le Chateau golf course. You have quite a high handicap here. It's 54. But it's a great course. It's a holiday golf course. People have great fun. It's won different awards throughout the years. And if you're never played before and you fancy having a go, Krishna, our pro, actually does an introduction on a Tuesday morning where he'll take you to the driving range, teach you how to hold a club, have a go, hit a ball. He's tried 3 times with me and it hasn't stuck. It's definitely not my sport, sadly. We also then have La Reserve. This is our new course. This is a really strong course. It's won best new golf course at the World Golf Awards last year. It is absolutely stunning. It's a links course. So you start at the top and you work your way down towards the ocean. I mean, I would go up there, even though I can't play golf, just to have a drink or lunch, because the views from that clubhouse are beautiful. And it's on an elevation, so you can see the whole of the resort down below. We have spas, obviously, at both the hotels. I mentioned that you do have the treatment included when you stay at Awali. So we do Chai Chi, yoga. I mean, we can do a healthy menu and you can have a dietitian. Now, personally, if I don't go on holiday and put on half a stone, I don't feel like I've been on holiday. I mean, the food there is amazing, and how the people go on diets, I do not know when they're in resort. I do it for the rest of the year when I'm home, but not when I'm there. Kids, so we have a USP, and our USP is that from 0 to 35 months, we have qualified nannies at both resorts, Awali and Telfair, that will look after babies. So you can go, you can hand your baby over, we've got beautiful cots, we've got all that sort of set up, and the nanny will look after them. It's a very small ratio as well. We only have to take about 5 or 6 babies at a time. But it means you can go for a swim, you can play golf, or you can just go for a nap if that's what you want to do. We then have our kids club. Our kids club is open all day from like 8:30 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. We give the kids back for about an hour and a half, between about 5 and half 6. But the rest of the day we can entertain them for you, whether it's a cinema, whether it's in the pool at the kids club, whether it's doing activities. There's all sorts of different things. And exciting news, coming soon, we will have our kids only restaurant at the kids club. So we've got a little restaurant. I've seen like rough pictures, and we've got the little chairs and tables, and they're going to have their own dedicated chef, and they're going to be able to do a bit of a garden to table. So where we have our garden out the back of the chateau with the vegetables and things, they'll be able to pick things and obviously cook them and see how we kind of prepare them and things. So it's going to be really cool. We have the World of Seashells Museum, so if you fancy doing something a bit different, you can go off and visit the Seashell Museum. If you've had too much sun or you've just had enough of the day sort of thing, go over there. Largest collection of seashells in the world, apparently, or sorry, in the Indian Ocean. We also then have our nature reserve located up behind us, and this is the chance to experience Mauritius and the nature of Mauritius, the flora, the fauna, get an idea of what we have. So you can go up this here, you can do hiking, obviously walking, we do quad biking, buggies, we've got the safari truck that you can see there, we've got picnic pods, all sorts of things going on in our nature reserve. But it's a chance to see some of the fruit bats. I saw a monkey, which was really impressed me. You can see, you know, the ebony tree. There's all different experiences. And if you're old enough to remember, you can go and stand under the waterfall and do a bit of a Timoteyev impression. Our sustainability commitment is huge. We have a lot of different projects going on. One of the main things to kind of mention is that we have opened a marine education centre. So we have 2 marine biologists on site. You can go and visit that at any time. It's at the By Sea Beach Club, but they can tell you about the local fishes, the reef, what we're doing to preserve it, and all the different things that we're doing and the actions. We have a dedicated website called Now for Tomorrow, so I won't go into too much detail, but if you are interested in any of that, have a look on our website. And then key happenings. Obviously, we've past the first few months of the year, so we're kind of into April already, which is amazing. I don't know where this year is going. I mentioned we obviously have the chefs coming out, so you can see there that they're out most months. We have the ladies open on the Chateau course in June. We have Diwali celebrations. Obviously, we celebrated Chinese New Year, and then at Christmas we have our festive celebration. So we're always adding to this. We're always updating this, but it gives you an idea of kind of some of the things that we do. And then I have a very short 50-second video for you on Telfair. And that's me done. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. And I'm sorry, Claire, while you was on the webinar, the ping was me saying, please,
Yeah, I know.
a hotel, because I am just missing the hotel so much. And yeah,
I thought you were texting me to say something wasn't working. I was like, oh
no. I'm like, please book me in. I need to go. Lois has asked a question, which is a good one. It's about the weather in June. Do you want me to answer it, or would you like to?
You live there. You know what it's like. Go for it.
Okay. Lois, you've asked about heritage resorts, the weather in June. You've got customers wanting the northwest of the island due to concerns about it being windy in the south. Where heritage is, it's blocked by mountains. The wind comes from the east. So in terms of the wind, you walk around the corner, there's a kite surfing, but where the resort is, it's not windy. It's a really nice time to go in June to heritage resorts. So yeah, so tell your clients not to worry too much. I think it's like a degree warmer in the north, but we have so many microclimates on the island anyway. It can be sunny in Belom and it's raining in the north, so you just don't know. But yeah, for June it's a reasonable month. Only when we have like grumpy weather where we get the cloud formations above us does it cause problems, but it normally bothers the whole island, not just the south or the east or the west, etc. So yeah, you're pretty good. If you've got any further questions with weather, drop me an email. But
I'll be honest, the first time I went in June, I used to always go January, February time when it was really humid and hot and lovely. And then I went in June for the first time and I took a coat because everyone told me it would be really cold. And then I got there and this coat didn't get worn the whole time I was there. There was just no need for it. I was sat outside in the evenings in short sleeves. It was ridiculous. Like,
even in July and August, I don't have a coat. There's no coat that exists in my house for me. So when I went back to London in September and October and I was absolutely freezing cold, I refused to take one back with me. I was like, no, I don't need it. I'll keep it in the UK. So I went on the train in my little jumper, trying my best to stay warm. But yeah, it's completely different weather. It's tropical. It's not cold. The Mauritians say it's cold, but it's actually
the Mauritians will sit there in a jumper, but it really isn't. You really don't need it if you're from any other climate but there, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I hope that's answered your question. Any more questions for Claire, pop them into the Q&A and she will answer them for you. So thank you very much, Claire. You've really sort of rejigged my emotion for Heritage Awali and Telfair. And to be honest, I think Telfair has become one of my favourites, but I still have a really soft spot for Awali.
I'm not surprised. I don't think you'll ever lose a soft spot for Awali.
It's my baby. I know, but thank you very much. We're now
Thank
popping
you.
over to the Maldives. Jill, are you there? Here she is. Hello.
There we go. I'm here. Sorry about the technical issues before.
Don't you worry. So I gave a brief intro that Jill was having technical problems. Jill, tell us who you are, where you're from, and then go into your presentation, please.
Okay, so I'm Jill and I work with JA Resorts and Hotels in the UK. So there's some of you that'll know us quite well for our Dubai product. And today, obviously, I'm focusing on Maldives. So it'll be JA Manafaru.
Thank you, Jill. It's all yours.
Thank you.
If you have a video, don't forget to tick the box to share sound.
Okay. I don't know, is that sharing now? There we go. Can we see that now?
I can see it, yeah.
Except it's not letting me into presentation mode.
It's gonna go slow.
Yeah, there we go.
Island time. Here we go.
Right, okay, cool. I'll start now. Okay, so JA Manafaru is located in the northernmost atoll, so in the Ha Alif Atoll, and it's referred to as the real Maldives. So where we're located, there's nothing else around us. You've very little boat traffic, very little air traffic, so it's very, very tranquil location. So getting there, we've got two options. So the most popular one is the seaplane experience, which obviously is on a lot of people's bucket list. We do actually have a lounge facility at Mali Airport. So as soon as the guests arrive, our team meet them at the airport. They take their luggage and check them in for the seaplane. And then they go and enjoy and relax in the lounge. We also check at this point that guests have got access to our app, which then allows them to book restaurants, experiences, and all little extra things as well. So the team are on hand there to help them be familiar with that if they haven't done so before they've actually set off on their journey. When they then board the seaplane, it's a 70-minute seaplane journey, and you have some amazing experiences flying over all the different islands and atolls. A lot of resort spotting goes on, as we're familiar with quite a few of the islands around there. And obviously, it's an amazing experience for the guests to have en route to us. Now, obviously, with the seaplane, we actually have two scheduled chartered services every day in either direction. They do fit in with most of the international flights coming into Male, but obviously with seaplanes, they can only operate during daylight hours. So we also have alternative options with the domestic flights. Our accommodation is in villas, with each one with their own private pool, and there's 84 villas in total. So we start with our entry-level category, which is the beach villa. You can see on the bottom picture there the interior of the villa. It's open plan. The seating area does convert into beds, so we can accommodate up to 2 children below the age of 12. And you can see through the door there, you've got direct access to your own private garden, which is made purely of sand. The picture at the top shows the private pool. It's actually a walled garden, but there's also a lot of lush greenery around all of the villas, in fact, on the island as a whole. So guests do get an awful lot of privacy. So you've got a day bed there. You've also got your sun lounges, and there's also sun lounges just by the beach area as well. This picture here shows the deluxe beach villa, but the top picture I just wanted to jump onto straight away, because you also have the same setup in the entry-level room as well. So you've got your own garden, your dining gazebo. So if you have in-villa dining, you do have that within your dining gazebo, and you've got your own sun lounges on the beach side of the villa as well. You can see from the picture at the bottom, you've got a larger swimming pool than in the entry-level room, but you've also got your gazebo and your sun loungers there. The beauty of these villas is that they're perfect for families. We don't actually have connecting rooms at this property, but this particular room category does have a separate bedroom and living area, which can be separated with the sliding doors. And that means that obviously adults and children have two separate sleeping areas. So they're the best rooms we have for the families, unless you choose one of our residences, which I'll come on to later in the presentation. So our water villas, obviously you're quite familiar with this setup there, split into two categories, sunrise and sunset. You can see the open plan living space that we have there. They've got beautiful large size bathrooms as well. And obviously from the top image there, you can see you've got decking area, your own private pool and direct access to the ocean as well. Just while we're on the subject of access to the ocean, from all of our rooms, you've got direct access. We do provide the snorkel, mask and fins, so you can go and snorkel at your leisure. And we do have a really good house reef as well. Our residences are exceptional and incredibly popular. They're actually some of the first rooms to actually sell out. So we have the 2-bedroom ocean residence, which is the residence that's the water villa. You can see from the top picture there, the beautiful swimming pool that we have. There's day beds either side. The central area is where the living room space is. And then you've got a bedroom with ensuite on either side of that as well. Exceptionally spacious. And also this room actually has the best sunset on the island. Then we have two categories of beach residence. So the first one's the 2-bedroom beach residence, and then we have the 3-bedroom island residence. So they are very, very similar. It's just that one of them has an extra bedroom on the upper level. The 3 bedrooms all have ensuite. They've got an oversized swimming pool, which you can just make out on that picture there. And you can see you've obviously got the beach access and the ocean there with, you know, stunning unobscured views. There's lots of communal living areas within these two as well. So you've actually got living space on the lower floor and also on the upper floor, from which you can actually see right across the treetops and out to the ocean. They're absolutely stunning. In addition, these room categories also have their own spa pavilion. So they've got sauna, steam room and also couples treatment beds as well. So if you're feeling a little bit lazy and you don't want to wander around to the spa, then we can bring the spa to you, which is absolutely fantastic. In terms of dining, we're very flexible. You can see we've got a great array of different restaurants, and our contracted rates start with a bed and breakfast option. So those that just want to go with the flow when they get there, they can go for bed and breakfast. Majority of our clients do, however, go for one of the other board bases. So we have at the moment our offers include a half board to full board upgrade, or you can have full board to all-inclusive upgrade. Now, with all of our dining packages, it is a full dine around, so it does actually give guests that amazing opportunity to experience all the restaurants that we have. We don't have any buffet at all on the island, so it is all on an a la carte basis. So the dining experience is set at a really high level. Just want to touch quickly on Dine by Design, which is the bottom one on there. And that's where we've got a special occasion. So we would find a location on the island and do a very tailored and very personal setup, which is then done for the guests for special occasions. So we find it's very popular when people are planning wedding proposals, or if people are out there on honeymoon. And that is actually where the team would then spend time with the guest and create an exceptional experience. In terms of our restaurants, Ocean Grill is meat and fish from the grill with an amazing location there on the beach. So you really do get that barefoot dining experience. Our wine cellar was one of the first wine cellars in the Maldives, and we have over 2,000 bottles of wine within the cellar. The experience here changed fairly recently, and we now have a setup where you can take tables of 2 and 4, or you can take the cellar as a a whole experience just for your family or your small group and have it for sole use. And it's a taster menu, so it's normally split over 7 courses, and then you can have the food and wine pairing, which is amazing. White Orchid is our Japanese restaurant. So this used to be Asian fusion, and all the guests that were dining with us were going for the sushi and Japanese options. So we actually reinvented the restaurant last year, and it's now purely Japanese, which is going down incredibly well, especially with repeat guests. We also have Vili Bar, which do light snacks, but it's well known for its prepared fruit drinks and things from our homegrown produce, and also a great location for your sundowners at the end of the day as well. Andiamo Bistro is our Mediterranean themed restaurant. It's positioned around one of the 2 main swimming pools that we have on the island. And we do have freshly prepared pizzas from our pizza ovens as well. So really nice cuisine there too. And then Kakuni is all day dining. So this is obviously close to the beach. You've got unobscured views out there across the ocean. And even the breakfast is a very limited buffet as we focus more on a la carte dining. So our wellness program is quite unique. It's called Wellness Your Way. And it is very much linked to what we do in the spa, but it's also around people's personal choices. And as the name suggests, it's very much tailored to each individual guest. So roughly 2 years ago, we actually introduced the menus in all of the restaurants, whereby we're catering for everybody's dining preferences. So rather than presenting the guests with a main menu and then asking if they have dietary requirements, we actually have menus separate for dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian, etc., etc. And it just means that every guest gets to feel just as special because they've got the whole menu to choose from, and have lots of different choices available to them. We also do a lot of linking in with the spa, where we have a tailored program that can really help to improve the guest wellness experience. So it's quite technical. We take a hair from the guest, which obviously they can remove themselves. It's put through a program, and then the computer actually then generates the information. This then allows our spa team to create a juice for that day, and it focuses on any minerals or vitamins that the guests are lacking for that day. And you can do that as often as you want while you're actually staying with us. So if you want to just try it once to see how it is, or you want to do a full program, then that's also available as well. And the drinks will obviously change on a daily basis depending on the information that we get back. And again, that is something that's getting increasingly popular with our guests in resort. So our spa is called Calm Spa. We have 10 treatment rooms, and our guests can then go and relax in those treatment rooms. A lot of them are couples rooms as well. So if your guests want to have a couples treatment, that's also available to them. Our meditation and yoga path is something guests can do on their own, and it's a designated area where they can actually follow the program from the team and just have a very peaceful yoga experience. The picture at the bottom is actually taken from our alchemy bar. So this is where we're actually taking produce from our own gardens, and we actually can then, with the guests, it's a little bit of a classroom kind of setup. We can make from homegrown produce bathtub teas, lip balms and deodorants that are all completely organic and very natural. And we show the guests how to make them, and they can then actually utilize them either with us in resort or take them home as souvenirs. Again, it's a very popular activity. We have a huge focus on sustainability. So going quickly to how we've focused on this wet cloth bag that you can see here is part of a whole array of collectible items that we have. So with the wet cloth bag, we give that to every guest on checkout, so that when you have your last swim before you fly home, you can throw your wet cozy in there, and obviously everything in the suitcase doesn't get soaked from the wet costume. It's actually made from ocean ban plastic, and it means that we're taking thousands of plastic bottles out of the rivers and converting them into very useful, practical items. So we've got the wet cloth bags, the beach bags, our hairdryer and laundry bags are all made from the same product as well. So very much a focus on that. We also have our water sports centre and dive centre, as you would imagine, lots of different sea life there to see while you're around. We've got the dive centres that we have. There's over 33 different dive locations. So our team can actually take more experienced divers out to those key locations. We also cater for beginners as well. So we can start off with an introductory dive in one of the swimming pools, and then the guests can obviously then venture further afield as they get more experienced. Non-motorized water sports are included as part of our all-inclusive package. So that's obviously another reason for choosing that. And then for our younger guests, we have the Kids Club. So again, this tailors from young ages, so from 4 years up to 12. But we do also have an animation program, and depending who's in-house at the time, so this can actually cater for teenagers or family activities that everyone can do together, or even things that couples might like to do as well. So all part of the same animation team. Another activity that's very popular is our Maldivian cooking class. So this is our executive chef that you can see there. He loves to mix with the guests. He's an amazing character, always smiling. I don't think I've ever seen him without a smile on his face. Amazing energy. And another thing he does as part of the focus on our homegrown produce. So we do a lot of cooking from scratch, which again links in with the sustainability program. So rather than exporting goods to the island, we're growing them at home. And we do things like foraging lunches. So with this, you can go into the gardens with chef and some of the team, pick all of the ingredients yourself. Chef will prepare everything, and then you sit at chef's table within the garden. He cooks all the food in front of you, and then you actually get to savor those amazing tastes as well. It's absolutely incredible. Definitely experience not to be missed. The other swimming pool we have on the island is Infinity, which you can see there. Great for cocktails and sundowners as well. And it's really a place where you see people sort of starting to mingle towards the end of the day. Being in the location that we're in, it's obviously very romantic. So we do lots of romance type experiences, renewal of vows, wedding proposals, etc. And we look forward to welcoming your guests to JA Manafaru soon. Thank you for listening this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Jill. Yes, take me back to the Maldives immediately. Yes, that's exactly what I see. Thank you very much. So, in terms of questions, for Jill, does anybody have anything? I think you covered everything in that presentation, Jill. But don't worry, if you do have any questions, I will send a follow-up of the recording, and then everybody will be copied in. You can reach out to them directly and ask if there is anything you need. There were questions with regards to do any of you have like the social media photographs, videos, etc. So I've advised yes, but you reach out directly and you'll be able to send them off. So thank you for that. What's the last question here? FAMs or agent rates? That's a good one, Pamela. Anybody do FAMs or agent rates, Claire?
Yes, so we do agent rates. Obviously it's dependent on time of year and things. We don't do them over festive or Easter holidays, which you'd expect. And November, which is for some reason a really busy month for us, but the most of the year we do them. It's 40% off bar for heritage and 30% off bar for verandas.
Super, thank you very much. Emma?
Yes, we definitely do trade rates, and that's May to October. So that's low season in the Maldives. That's when we offer our trade rates.
Brilliant. And Jill?
Yeah, same as Emma, actually. May to October is when we extend our agents' rates. Yeah.
Super. Thank you very, very much. When would you say was the best time of year to come to the Maldives? I think the price is certainly May to October. But can you add anything else, Jill and Emma?
Well, I don't know what Jill thinks, but I personally think the seasons are changing in the Maldives, and it's very changeable. So traditionally, when you would see a lot of rain, the weather's now starting to be gloriously sunny. And traditionally, when you wouldn't see any rain, you are seeing rain. So the answer is you can't really give a set time, I don't think, at the moment. Personally, for me, I mean, May to October is when they say it does rain more, but I'm doing my own holiday in June, because you know, it might rain for an hour and then it'll be sunny for the rest of the day, or it might rain at night, but it will always be 30-degree heat. So it will always be hot.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Perfect. So thank you very much. So now we come to the point of the day where we test all of the agents. So if everyone can go to chat, make sure the drop down says everyone. So Emma, you went first. Can you remind us what your question is? But before that, everybody on the webinar gets a prize draw point. If you answer correctly, you get 10 points, and I still put you all into a mega spin to win. And I will let you know tomorrow who the winners are. But Emma, what would your question be, please?
So my question is, how many top dive sites is Helengeli close to?
Okay, people seem to be saying 30.
Yeah, 30 is the answer.
See, Lois is still focusing on how many travel agents you can fit in a pool with her 8.
Yeah, I'd focus on that as well.
Perfect. Just writing names down. So J. David, you were correct on that one. Claire, what's your question?
Hopefully quite an easy one, but what was the USP that I mentioned in my presentation?
Oh, I know this one. Oh, Gabrielle, look at that. That was quick. Gabrielle, was that the correct answer, the baby club?
It was the baby club.
Super amazing. And Jill, sorry, we've just put this on you now.
All right, I wrote a question. Okay, so my question today is, what is the name of our wellness program? Oh.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, there we go. Wellness Your Way. Yeah.
Here we go. So Paula said it was Wellness Your Way.
Correct. Thank you.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's a strange one when it comes to wellness. It's something that you don't tend to click in your mind. You're focusing too much on other things. So yeah, well done everybody for getting that right. Yeah, lots of people now. So great. So I will send a copy of the recording out tomorrow. I'd like to thank Claire, Emma and Jill for the time today and coming on the webinar for us. I'm sure we've learned a lot about the Indian Ocean. Don't forget these hotels are trade friendly, so please do support them. And if you do have any further questions, let them know. And a big thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you very much, team. You're amazing. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. See you soon.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.